Hello and welcome. My name is Angie Holden and I'm the blogger behind The Country Chic Cottage. Today we're going to talk about making sublimation nightlights, and I have three different versions. A more traditional nightlight, one that's larger that has an attached light, and then one that's a glass block that is on a base that changes colors. So whatever version you like the best, I am going to show you how to sublimate it. Now I do have a free file for this, like moon, stars, and clouds, that's in a pastel colors. If you would like that, head to the description below this video and grab the file for your sublimation nightlight or any other sublimation project you might be making. So for now, let's take a look at the supplies we're going to use. The supplies you'll need are as follows: heat resistant tape, lint roller, heat resistant gloves, protective paper. Then you will need your sublimation prints. Now these are sublimation ink printed on sublimation paper from a sublimation printer. And for all of these, you do not have to mirror. So for all of these, we're going to press on the back and it's going to show through to the front. Then you'll need your blank. We are going to test three different blanks. This is a large acrylic piece, comes with a light up base. This is a small glass piece, again comes with a light up base. And this is a more traditional nightlight acrylic piece that you sublimate, and then it comes with a nightlight base that you would just plug into your wall, and it does have a sensor to automatically come on when it's dark. So we're going to test all three of these so you have some options and can decide which one is right for you. So let's take a look at how to prep and press these blanks. For each of these, you will want to see if there is any protective film and remove that from the front as well as the back. So both of the acrylic versions had a protective film on them. The glass version did not have a protective film, but I would check with whichever blanks you purchase just to make sure there's not a protective film. So I'm just going to peel the protective film back from each of these blanks. I do have this starry sky design for free in the description below this video, so you can head there and print on whatever sublimation printer you're using. So what I did is I used Canva to resize the design to fit my blank. So for each of these blanks, I measured the blank size and oversized the design a little bit in Canva. So when I printed, I did not have to mirror. I just printed the design, and then you can see it is slightly oversized in both directions. Now it's more oversized in this direction because the image itself was square, because this blank was pretty much square and I wanted it to be sized for this one. So for the others, I will just kind of move it around. I want the moon to be visible in all of mine, so I will move it around so the moon is visible. For acrylic and glass blanks, I generally don't preheat, but I do like to clean them well. Something like a lint roller works, and you want to sublimate on the white side. So you can see there's a white side for this and a clear side. In all of these cases, clear side and white side. We will sublimate on the white side, and what will happen is that sublimation will show through to the clear side. So you want to take the white side, clean it well with your lint roller, and then apply the white side to your sublimation print. So you want the white side against the ink of the sublimation print. Once that's in location, then you just need to use some heat resistant tape and tape it into place. So you want to tape it so it does not move while you are pressing. So I'm going to repeat this. This process so far is the same for the other blank types. So we are going to lint roll, clean, then apply the sublimation print to the white side of each of these. And as you can see, I have these sized to fit my other blanks. So for instance, this one is square and would work for this, and then the white side of this glass blank will go against the print there. Because these are different thicknesses, I can't press those at once, so I'll go ahead and cut this apart and tape these blanks down. These blanks can be used with any heat press. I'm going to use my Easy Press just for ease in the video. I do like, however, to use a heat resistant mat that doesn't have a lot of give to it, so I like this Artistry heat resistant mat. Then I put protective paper down, and then the first one I'm going to do is this version from PYD Life, and we're going to do 355 degrees for 120 seconds, sublimation print side up, and then protective paper, a sheet on the top as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and press for the full time. I would press down with about medium pressure for the full time for this one. Once time's up, just go ahead and lift up, and then you can go ahead and peel this back. Now to check this, you can look from the front, and I have some areas that didn't sublimate as well. So I'm going to lay this back down, protective paper back down, and I'm gonna press just a little longer in those areas that didn't work as well. So that's one trick with this acrylic. You can look from the front and see how well it's sublimated. Once you're happy with the sublimation, first of all, I'm going to peel this backing paper back. And then this is going to be probably slightly flexible because this acrylic is going to be very hot. So go ahead and remove your tape, first of all. And you might want to cool it under something heavy. So heat resistant and heavy, just to get it to cool as flat as possible. So I'm gonna go ahead and peel back all of these little pieces here. And then I'm going to kind of hold it down, but you can put it under something heavy and allow it to cool. Next up is this version I got off of Etsy. So again, I'm gonna put protective paper, top and bottom. This one is 375 degrees, 65 seconds. Once again, I'm gonna remove the heat and then look from the front and ensure it's sublimated well. Again, just I think because I'm using the Easy Press, but it's okay. I'm probably getting some uneven heating. On one side, it's just not as dark. That's okay. We'll just put it back down and heat it a few more seconds. Just hold it down in that area where you did not get as good of a press. So I'm holding more on this side than on this side for this one. And I'm gonna do it 20 to 30 seconds, check again, do 20 to 30 seconds more, check again. And after that, this one is looking really good. So now once again, I can just peel this off. Again, this may be slightly flexible, so you can put it under something to cool and make sure it cools flat. But go ahead and remove all of that tape first and then put it down on something and flatten it out. Then finally I have this glass version. Again, I'm gonna put the sublimation print side up, protected paper on both the bottom as well as the top. And this one is 390 degrees and it is 350 seconds. I'm just going to leave the Easy Press to sit and see how it works because this is a very long time to hold your Easy Press down. Once that time is up, we're gonna lift this up. And again, I'm gonna flip it and see how it looks. And this one looks perfect. So I didn't have to hold it down, I didn't have to do anything. This one's gonna be really, really hot, so be sure to wear those heat resistant gloves. And then you can allow it to cool to remove your sublimation print, or I often just kind of use a weeding hook and get under those pieces of tape. Because I'm impatient and I like to peel it back and actually look at what I sublimated, and it's looking really, really good. So I'm just gonna peel everything back. And there you have a sublimated glass block. So now the sublimation on this one looks great. This one, to assemble, you just literally slot it into this block here and it's ready to go. And I will show you these as I plug them up and you can watch them glow here in a minute. This version has this little block and it has cutouts on the bottom for the block. So in both these cases, the clear goes to the front. So the clear is now your front, sublimation prints on the back and it's showing through. So for this one, I think you're supposed to be able to just push it down. I didn't have a ton of luck with that. I think the heating process did distort this area. So I'm just using a screwdriver, small screwdriver, loosening up the screws on the back. So I went ahead and took out the top 2 screws, left that bottom one in to hold everything together, then put this in there into location and snap everything back together. You might have to work it some. As flat as you can get it while it cools, the better. You might be able to tell that mine is slightly cupped, so it did not cool completely flat. So I would maybe reheat it back up, get it flat, or just keep playing with it. I did get mine to work, but the assembly process might be a little more difficult on this one than you were expecting. Finally, the glass block. This does take a very long time to cool off, and you just set it on top of this and plug it in. Now this one can be oriented either way, so I oriented my picture this way, but you can orient it this way and put it straight up and down. So you can orient this one either way you would like. So now that we've sublimated all three of these, I want to give you an idea of what they look like when they light up. First of all, we have the traditional nightlight. So when it lights up, and I have it connected to an extension cord here, so if you see that in the background, ignore it, but you would plug this into a wall. Now, it is not adjustable, so it does need to go in this direction, so you can't turn the plug. On a lot of nightlights, you can turn the plugs to different orientations. I did want to note that. And then it also has an automatic sensor that turns it on when the lights go out. So when the lights go out, it will automatically come on. So for this one, you could leave it plugged in all the time. It would come on when it gets dark in your room. And then when the lights are on like this, if I had it plugged in, it would be off. So this is one version of a sublimation nightlight that you could make. Now I do like this version. It's a more traditional nightlight. However, if you want more like a lamp version, let's take a look at those. So I must say I like the look of this large one the best. It has a wood base. It lights up. It is only one color. And I did want to note that it's a USB type of plug. So it does not have the actual box on the end that plugs into a traditional wall socket. Otherwise, you just plug it up, and on the cord there is an on-off switch. So switch it on when you want it on, switch it off when you want it off. So I must say that this large version is my favorite. I like the look of it the best. I think it's really gorgeous. It's large enough to be like a statement piece in your room. However, if you want something that changes colors, I know a lot of kids like something that kind of changes colors, then this glass block version might be for you. The glass block version, you just set your glass block on the top, plug it in, and there is an on-off switch on the back. Again, it only has a USB type plug, so it does not come with a traditional box that would plug into a traditional wall outlet. You just hit the button on the back to change to different colors. So there are a variety of different colors. I'm just showing a few on the screen, but you can change it up to fit your mood or whatever design you might have on the nightlight. So red might work with some designs, while white would work with others. So I did want to note on this one that the glass block just sits on top, so it is not attached in any way. So for this one, once I put it on, it's attached. However, for the glass block one, the glass block just comes off. So this glass one might not be the best for kids, especially younger kids that might remove this, unless you put it on a high shelf or something where they couldn't get to it. So I do want to note that just in case you're thinking about the glass version for younger children. Otherwise, this nightlight is very cool. I do like the glass block. I like the weight of it. This little piece here that lights up, however, is very, very lightweight. So while the glass block is very heavy, feels high quality, the base is plastic, doesn't feel as good of a quality piece. However, all three of these sublimated perfectly. You saw on the acrylic pieces, I just made sure that it's sublimated okay, especially with the easy press. You might have to play around with it, you know, press a few different times in a few different areas, but I was able to get a perfect sublimation with all three of these. So all you have to do is to pick which version is your favorite and sublimate some nightlights for yourself, your own home, or to give as gifts. So which one of these will you pick? Pick your favorite and head to the description below this video. I have links to each one of these as well as the other supplies that I used, so you can shop there for these nightlights and sublimate your own version. Now, if you have any questions about sublimating nightlights, drop down in the comment section, ask away. If you liked this video and it helped you, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, head on over to our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. We have videos just like this one every single week, and trust me, you don't want to miss any of those. So thank you all so much for joining me, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.